Josh, how's the shoulder?
Yeah, it's come along really well. So I think it's 3.5 months now. So it's yeah, post-surgery, and I've been back training and been, I suppose, integrating a few drills and stuff, and do a bit more today and Wednesday before the break, and hopefully, yeah, after this 4-day break coming up this weekend, we'll yeah, be back in the full swing of contact and all that stuff. So no, it's moving along pretty well.
Fans will want to know, you ready for round one, and will you be fit, firing 100%?
Yeah. I'll be pretty good for JLT. So yeah, so we got an intra club I think coming up around that time as well. So I'm hoping to be ready for that. But yeah, we got JLT, so I'll be hopefully play one of them games at least.
Forward seeing you in rehab the last few years running around the boundary, but I suppose the positive it's not a leg injury again this time.
Yeah, no, it has been real good that yeah, it's not nothing to do with my feet or my legs. So it's yeah, obviously last year had the surgery, and then this year had the shoulder. So I've been able to do a bit more running, get a bit more base, and I suppose helping with that fitness of and losing some weight is probably the big thing. Getting a bit older now, so look, it's been good to be able to do a lot more running than what I have, well ahead of where I was last year, that's for sure.
It sounds like a few guys have trimmed up, so have you lost a few kegs, have you?
Trying to lose a bit, yeah. No, I'm pretty similar in weight, but a lot of guys have trimmed down, yeah, which is good to see. And we had a heap of PBs on our time trials and all that stuff, which is fantastic. So we had 8 weeks off, and a lot of us older blokes were only back for 2 weeks, and then we had 3 weeks holiday for Christmas. So haven't been around here too much, but the boys have really stuck to the program and put themselves in good nick, so that's good.
A lot of forwards who have shoulder surgery talk about the challenge of just getting the arms above the head and getting the marking back. How have you found that?
This is my 4th one, so yeah, it's probably going to be the same as all the others, and yeah, I won't have to tape it or anything. It's all healed and ready to go. So yeah, it should be fine, just like the others.
Is it deliberate thinking, the weight loss for all the guys, or is that something we would usually see this time of year?
No, look, to be honest, I've only known a couple of blokes who have lost a bit of weight, whether that's just the timing in their career or the training they're doing or the diet they've been on. I'm not too sure, but it's nothing that's been spoken about. I suppose when you get older, for me, yeah, you don't want to be carrying around too much weight, because obviously you put a lot of pressure on your joints and want to be able to get through a full season. So yeah, I'll try and trim. I'm not going to trim down and do the whole sit there and I'm going to play on the wing and stuff like that, because I don't think I'll be able to do that. I've still got to be able to wrestle someone in the goal square. So, but yeah, it's probably just losing a bit of those beers that I drank in the off season. So.
Is it about the tank, or is there you don't have any concerns about how you go in marking contest if you're dropping weight or anything like that? Or those
no, not really. I suppose I know you just trial it through training and stuff like that. So probably the biggest thing is like I said, you're running around with a little bit less weight. It's probably less pressure and, on the body and the joints and all that stuff, which is, you know, I'm past 30 now, so I want to be able to get the most out of, I suppose, these years playing.
Are you preparing for any change in forward style with the new rules starting? One of you haven't probably you starting in the goal square.
Yeah, look, I don't think it's going to change too much. I usually try and start in the goal square anyway. So, but yeah, I suppose having all forwards inside 50 and defenders, and I suppose you're not going to be dealing with a spare defender for those bounce downs. You know, same as other teams, we won't be able to get a spare back there. So look, it'll be a little bit different, but I don't think it's going to change too much. And it's only for the centre bounce, and once it goes ahead, everyone will just mingle and go do their thing anyway. So yeah. Will
it suit you the way that they're structuring it? Do you think, or is it not have any impact on you at all from the way you've always played?
Yes and no. It probably just means if we lose the CBD, I've got to run up further, you know what I mean? So that's probably the only thing. But no, look, it is good that I suppose we're getting a bit of isolation. You know, changing the rules and doing that, going on that one-on-one footy is pretty good for forwards and tall forwards. You don't want many guys coming back in your space, so little things like that. But in saying that, yeah, I don't know if it's going to affect too much, but it's going to be interesting with the to see what other teams do, or you know what teams come up with to try and, I suppose, strategise against it. Yeah.
Will it be important, therefore, for the JLT to try to work some things out to maximise the advantage that you might have? Yeah,
well, yeah, JLT's the time to obviously trial stuff and see whether it works, see whether it doesn't, and I suppose see what other teams are doing and all that stuff. So because it's a new thing and a new rule, I'm sure that teams will come up with new things to see, you know, what they can do with it, and so it should be pretty interesting. It'd be pretty exciting to see, yeah, some of the things that are going to happen.
Any danger you might see some forwards kicking big bags as a result of it, and we'll get back to the the halcyon days?
Yeah. Well, it'd be nice just to have just one-on-one inside forward 50. No one else is allowed in there. So if the AFL want to change that rule, I reckon that would be nice.
You're putting the cosh on the midfield boys. If you can get it out of the middle straight away, then, it's prime time for me if I'm down there one-on-one in the square.
Well, it's not so much prime time for me, but it's just we've got 1v1 is probably the biggest thing. So you're not going to have guys fighting back and who are spare and everything like that. So yeah, look, it becomes a bit more one-on-one. Whoever wins that first clearance, if you can get it deep, and I suppose locking it in your forward half is what every team tries to do. So it really helped with winning those CBDs from now on.
You pretty much boss of the forward line now with no Lecker down there?
No, I'm not the boss. No. JD's taking the reins for that. So we all listen to what JD wants to do and all that stuff. So now look, we've got a bit of a different mix, I suppose, this year. And but we missed Lex last year. His leadership and his communication and his skill and class is something that we will miss. But hopefully we can replace. And we've got a couple of young kids coming through who should be able to fill that role. And so look, it's sad to see him leave and a bit different look, but really exciting for what's coming up for the next few years.
For yourself, you're, I think 31 now, and
Yep.
out of contract at the end of this year. Is that something you look to sort out during the year, or are you at a stage of your career where you've sort of taken on a year-by-year basis?
It's not too fast at the moment, mate. Yeah, I just want to get through this shoulder and get ready for round one, and all that stuff will take care of itself. So no, look, it's been fantastic, I suppose, journey so far, and you kind of hit that over 30 age now, and I suppose seeing all our young kids come through, it's been pretty exciting. Obviously winning the granny was something that topped it off, but yeah, to see them come through and I suppose help them, understand the game a bit better. Hopefully they can stick around for a few more years, because I think it's going to be an exciting time for not only our forward line, but yeah, for our team.
So you're still plenty of fire in the belly. There's no sort of envisaging what the pathway out to the next stage of life at this point?
No, look, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I love football. It's been my life for the last 14 years, and I don't know what I'll do without it. But yeah, timing now is probably just to try and work on transition and make sure things are lined up to when that time does come, that I've got something to fall back on or to move into the working world. And yeah, look, the club have been really great with helping guys like me and who are in this situation help transition from football into I suppose the normal working life. So yeah, that's part of it. But for me at the moment, it's just about getting my shoulder right and looking forward to round one.
Veterans normally talk about that. The week-to-week games is not that hard to get past, but the pre-season grind is the stuff that gets actually a lot harder with the years. How does this compare, being running for the first time for a full pre-season compared to earlier ones?
Well, it's actually pretty good. I suppose having an injury, you build up slow. So having the shoulder, it's been a slow build-up. So really just been doing kind of off-season program running and weights before Christmas, and now it's starting to ramp up a bit. So which is pretty good for me. I quite like that. So we kind of a slow build till JLT and go from there, rather than you hit your time before Christmas and you're in match play stuff and you're going hard and all that thing there. So look, for me, I think having this injury has really been a good pre-season in the way that hopefully we can do it with a lot of the older guys in the future.
The message has been really consistent about you guys having to move on from the grand final celebration. Has that been easy to do?
Yeah, definitely. Look, it was obviously a fantastic year, and to finish, I suppose, on top and to win the grand final is something that we'll all reflect on, one day, and it'll be one of the greatest moments of our football career. But yeah, look, you have your off season and you get back into training, and then we come back and we had 2 weeks before Christmas where we're working on new things and about game plan or new players. You got all the first year players and all that stuff. So you move on to 2019 pretty quick, and even though it's there, you're still focusing on what's ahead, which is for us is a new year. We got a new list. We got a couple of changes with a lot of guys and some other guys pushing for spots. So yeah, it's going to be totally different from last year. So we've got to move on pretty quick, and you can't get stuck in 2018. Otherwise, you'll miss 2019.
Dom spoke about how being, particularly for him, even one bowler in the grand final, how life's changed for him as a premiership winner.
I read that article.
Has it changed for you?
Not really. No. So Dommy's saying that he's getting stopped a lot, and he hasn't bought a beer since he's kicked that goal. But no, mate. Look, it's been pretty silly. Like one of the big things I did realise, I suppose, you build a grand final up or a premiership. You know, winning the flag, getting a medal up individually, and it's something that you really strive to. But it's not till you win one and you come back, you bring the cup to Langley Park, you realise how much it affects everyone. And that's been some of the biggest thing that I've noticed. It's not just yourself, but the whole WA community, all of Australia who follow West Coast, you know, are so happy that we've won it. And yeah, that was probably one thing that I did notice coming back. And it's been really cool to see people down the street who are so happy that we won. But you know, like that, everyone moves on pretty quick, and we've got another season ahead, and, you know, no one's won any games yet for 2019, so that's our focus for round one, is winning that.